Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. I have two words for you: Looney Tunes. And now I have another two: Mel Blanc. The creative pool that Warner Brothers put together for Looney Tunes was incredible. But it was Mel who brought all those characters to life. We're talking the Tasmanian Devil, the Roadrunner, Speedy Gonzales, and Pepe Le Pew, Marvin the Martian, and Foghorn, I say Foghorn Leghorn, Yosemite Sam, and Sylvester the Cat, Tweety Bird, Porky Pig, Daffy Duck, and one other, Bugs Bunny. This man of 1,000 voices later did work for Hanna-Barbera as well. There he voiced Barney Rubble and Dino from the Flintstones, as well as Mr. Spacely from the Jetsons. And did you know that he was the original voice of that's right, Woody Woodpecker. And without question, the incredible legacy of Mel Blanc speaks for itself. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. We can all agree that there was a ton of comedic talent on the F Troop. Mine and many others' favorite was Larry Storch, who played Corporal Agarn. And Storch was quite popular on the live comedy circuit, too. One of his famous routines was his celebrity impressions. Well, the legend has it that one night while he was performing, he was doing an impersonation of Cary Grant. When into the club walks Judy Garland, to which Storch responds, "Judy, Judy, Judy." Well, in interviews, Cary Grant says, "I may have said that somewhere along the line," but generally hands credit for the catchphrase to Larry Storch. And Grant adds a little of his own humor to the story by saying, "I only knew one Judy, and it was Judy Garland. And whenever I saw her, there weren't three of them." Well, Larry Storch certainly made a strong comedic impression, and sometimes it was in triplicate. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. Did you know that the Rocky and Bullwinkle show actually had some notable narrators? The show's main narrator was actor William Conrad, who later went on to become canon. And then there was that warm-voiced narrator for that great segment, Fractured Fairy Tales. That was the voice of Everett Horton. Horton appeared in many classic movies, including The Gay Divorcee, pretty sure that meant something else back then, Arsenic and Old Lace, and one of my favorites, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. His many classic TV appearances included I Love Lucy, Dennis the Menace, F Troop, and the list just goes on. But just to top it all off, Horton has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and an LA street named after him. Now that's what I call some notable narrator achievements. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. In the 1960s, the Donna Reed Show and the Dennis the Menace Show crossed over by briefly combining TV universes. This became a common practice with shows like Andy Griffith and the Beverly Hillbillies. But in the 1990s, the Donna Reed Show and Dennis the Menace crossed over again in an extremely positive way. Donna Reed's Paul Peterson created an organization called A Minor Consideration. Its job is to help potentially troubled children in the entertainment industry. And Jay North, who played Dennis the Menace, had some first-hand experiences in the challenges of being a child star. And working with Peterson, North helps counsel children who have been negatively affected by the entertainment industry. So what they call a minor consideration is actually a major contribution by these ex-child stars. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. In 1966, Family Affair became a trailblazer for future successful shows like Different Strokes and Mr. Belvedere. And my favorite character on the show, next to Sissy, was Mr. French. He was played by the legendary Sebastian Cabot. Cabot was the recognizable voice actor in many classic Disney movies. Those included Sword in the Stone, Jungle Book, and of course the narrator for Winnie the Pooh. And in my later years, I really came to appreciate some of Sebastian's film work. He popped up in many classic films that I grew to love, but one especially, which was my favorite sci-fi movie of all time, H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. And you know, Sebastian Cabot's legacy has stood the test of time. Greetings, fellow classic TV fans. You know, one of the things that I loved the most about Get Smart was that it was a veritable smorgasbord of spoofs. These guys could parody just about anything they got their hands on. This Mel Brooks Buck Henry creation borrowed from classic novels as well as rival TV shows. They also touched on the classic films of Hitchcock as well as major franchises like James Bond. With episodes like Dr. Yes, Bronze Finger, The Not So Great Escape, you can see they like to spoof the titles too. And one of my favorite examples of this is episode number 103, Tequila Mockingbird. Written by Chris Hayward and Arnie Sultan, this episode mashes up the Maltese Falcon with the good, the bad, and the ugly. So clearly these writers had an endless amount of material to draw from. And even better, an incredible acting cast to back it all up.